Greeting YouTube, and welcome to episode 300 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. And Nick is here to join us. I'm sorry for not being a little more enthusiastic about this episode, but it's quarter after 10 p.m. And my wife is in bed, and I don't want to wake her up. So we're just going to be excited to a very small degree. Alrighty, let's go do 300. What is your opinion of the U.S. military? I have a very poor opinion of the U.S. military. I have nothing but respect for those that serve honorably, but there are a lot of people in the military that don't serve honorably, and the military itself is often used in dishonorable ways. What is your opinion of the possible legalization of drugs? I fully endorse the decriminalization of drugs, all drugs, and the legalization of marijuana. So, yeah, all for it. What is your opinion of monopolies? I'm opposed to monopolies. I'm opposed to capitalism by and large. So, yeah, let's get rid of those. Alrighty, let me get a second. I have to count something real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Poops. Poop, poop, poop. I did something incorrectly. Before I go any further, I'm going to fix it. I do not want to get my count off, so we're going to need to move a mark. Thankfully, the mark I need to move is in pencil, because I'm smart that way. Apparently, I didn't realize that there were 3 questions in that section. I thought there were only 2. So now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, now we're good. Now we're good. Don't want to screw up an episode 300. I get a feeling by the time I get to this at the end of the book, the last video is not going to have 10 questions. We'll see how close I get. What event in American history do you most vividly remember? U.S. history. So one of the most memorable political events for me was the fall of the Berlin Wall. U.S. history. I guess it's going to be the reason I've got that flag up behind me when the Nazis took over America. What do you think about sexual harassment in the military and in military academies? I'm opposed to it. What kind of other answers are there? Like, are people going to say I endorse it? Are they going to say I'm all for that kind of thing going on? No, it's illegal, it's unethical, and it's immoral, and it goes against the military code of conduct. So, yeah, completely opposed to sexual harassment. It has no place in our military or our military academies or our society at large. Should doctors inform patients about the alternatives to abortions? Well, it depends. Will they do the abortion if the patient wants it? Because it could say, okay, you're pregnant. What would you like to do? And if the patient says, I'd like an abortion, then they should just do the goddamn abortion. There should be no hesitation. There should be no tests, no scans, no nothing. Up to 24 weeks, somebody says, I want an abortion, give them an abortion. Which local social service agencies are effective? There are a lot of social service organizations out there, and they've all got problems of different kinds and varieties because they are almost always underfunded and under attack by conservatives in America because they hate the fact that the government provides social services of any kind to citizens. They're all for social services helping corporations, mind you, but they're opposed to them helping citizens. So I can't tell you which are effective. The one that pops in my head as being one of the most effective are libraries. What is the most regrettable event in U.S. history? Oh, there are so many. We have started so many wars. We have undermined so many countries. We have gone out of our way to hurt the world, to limit human rights and civil liberties. We have engaged in slavery. I'm going to go with slavery for that one. Slavery should have never existed, and it was perpetuated in this nation far too damn long. So I'm going to say slavery is the most regrettable thing in U.S. history. That seems to be the smart way to go. And I apologize about the trouts playing in the background. My dryer just went off. Who should be overseeing the safety of prescription drugs? We we have an organization. It's called the FDA. I think they should have more power. I think that there should be far more repercussions if people are selling medications and medical equipment that don't work. But I also should make sure that we have the proper streamlining to get drugs into the hands of those that need them, the experimental ones in particular. People should be allowed to have access to experimental drugs if they sign off on it, if they take responsibility for the risk. And there are people out there who are dying who'd be willing to do that. And they might live, and you get some valuable medical research out of it as well. But we have an organization for that, so let them do their damn job. And lastly, for episode 300, and the reason that Nick is with us, what is media's impact on our knowledge of world events? Not good. Um, it is not good at all. It often gives people a warped view of world events. It does not give them a truthful view of either the current or past world events. Because organizations, conservative mostly, fascists out there, like the Russians and the Chinese and of course the American government, are all out there to warp the world and to give people a false image of it, to make themselves look good and make everybody else look bad, and to undermine democracy all over the world because it benefits them. So our media has been far more harmful than good. There are good sources of media out there, but they're being undermined constantly by things like governments and socially conservative organizations. And it's despicable, and we need to stop it. We need to increase human rights and civil liberties, not curtail them. Alrighty, so Nick and I would like to thank you for being here for episode 300 of the 4,000 Question Challenge, and I hope that you will be here for episode 301. So now I'm going to take Nick off because he is awfully darn warm.